gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yes, man.
Happy New Year to all our viewers back at home. Welcome to another exciting and brand new episode of Plumbing 101. I mean, we're in sync, yeah?
Absolutely, we've got to be. It's a year of twos.
It's
a year of twos, and we're a team.
1 and 2. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, Nedzina Langande Rendani Chibura, aka Randy, your number one MC, and I'm joined by
WJ Klopper, your official co-host
Come
of the
on.
Plumbing 101 show.
Come on, that even rhymes, yeah? Today's episode is quite jam-packed. It's actually a reflection episode, so we've got a lot to look out for. Actually, I think we should just jump into it.
Yeah, let's tell them what they're going to hear in this episode and what they're going to see.
100%.
All right, so first of all, we're going to talk about this show, the
Yeah.
Plumbing 101 show.
And after that, we're going to talk about the Roadshow, brought to you by the PIRB.
Then we're going to hop onto the subject or the topic of World Toilet Day and World Plumbing Day.
Come on, digitizing, moving forward, advancement. We're going to also touch on the launch of Findar.
And right after we talked about Findar, we're going to talk about the Champions for Charity event.
And I mean, we also introduced the ranking system as the Plumbing Industry Registration Board for you, the consumer, and you, the plumber.
We're done talking about that. We're going to talk about the pledge with the Women in Plumbing Movement, Association, Organization. It's all about the fight against gender-based violence.
I could hear how smooth you sounded there. Nice one. That's a very passionate topic, and I think it's a very important that we touch on it. But to wrap things up, we're also going to touch on the assessment center at the Plumbing Industry Registration Board. We did say it's a reflection episode, plenty to look back on, but we are moving forward because it's 2022.
Now, just before we move forward and we go into the juicy details of each of those subjects, let's hop straight into an ad break.
Yes, man.
Being part of an industry professional body is a personal decision.
To those who take pride in their trade, it stretches far beyond having a status of being licensed to issue certificates of compliance.
To them, the consumer matters.
As part of the plumbing industry, you help to bring the most valuable commodity to civilization. Water is life.
Be sure to continue to reap the benefits of being a proudly PIRB registered plumber by continually renewing your registration.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in to Plumbing 101. Today's episode is a reflection session touching base on all the major events that took place within the plumbing industry in 2021. And to kickstart things off, we're going to talk about this amazing show.
This amazing show, indeed.
Yeah, Plumbing 101.
It officially launched on the 15th of October 2021, and it, you know, when back in the day when it all started, it started off as an audio podcast.
Yes.
And with little old me sitting there all by myself, alone in my wolf pack, not having any of my wolf pack mates with me, and you know, often talking to guests. But it has evolved.
Yeah.
It has evolved, Randy.
Yeah.
And I was joined by a Rendani, Rendy,
Come on.
AKA
your number one MC. Yes, man. And I like the fact that you mentioned the transition from audio to a vodcast to a TV show. It doesn't get bigger and better than this. And the show is all about growing the industry, connecting the role players, engaging industry leaders and people of expertise, you know. So it's all about highlighting how powerful the plumbing industry is in South Africa. And people never get their roses while they can still smell them. This man is fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, I see you, Willem. So that's Plumbing 101. What an exciting episode. We're going to grow. We're going to take this further. And we thank you in advance for always tuning in. Without you, we are nothing.
Without you, we are nothing. Remember, this show is for you.
Yeah. While we're reflecting, I mean, there's a lot that we said we're going to touch on. The Roadshows. Come on, talk to me, Willem.
How
Let's
nice
go.
is that? The Roadshows. Let's talk about the Roadshows. So the Roadshows is all about the engagement.
Yeah.
Engaging with all the role players and the stakeholders. You know, there's government, there's the plumbers themselves. Especially the PIRB likes to engage with their registered plumbers.
Yes.
The consumers, everybody. but going around and meeting everyone there. You know, the PIRB has got an office, a head office here in Pretoria, but it's important to get out there
Yes.
and go and meet with their supporters, with the registered plumbers all around.
100%. We touched base from the north up until the west coast. Limpopo, Zanin. I mean, Western Cape, Paarl. KwaZulu-Natal, the Royal Zulu Kingdom, Pietermaritzburg. I mean, come on, Northwest, the Platinum Province, Rustenburg and Lichtenburg. Let's go. Free State, Valcom. I mean,
Pietermaritzburg, did you mention that?
yes,
And the,
Pietermaritzburg.
and the kingdom, the royal kingdom,
Zulu Kingdom. Yeah, Bazosizwe. Yeah. In the Eastern Cape, we went to East London. I mean, just everywhere around the country, we were there. And I mean, if we haven't come to your city or your province, don't worry. We saved the best for last. That was the Roadshows, man. And thank you to every plumber consumer that came to engage us. We're looking forward to engaging you further and growing the plumbing industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And moving forward, we're still reflecting. We also had World Toilet Day, which was on the 19th of November in 2021. I mean, Willem, this was big.
What an awesome day.
Yeah.
What an eventful day it was, with the PIRB getting involved and celebrating this awesome day.
Yeah.
Randy, I mean, you know, you can elaborate on that. The fact that, you know, there are so many people in the world who do not have access to proper sanitation.
Yeah.
People who do not have access to toilets. I mean, that is it's a human thing to have, or we all should have access to proper sanitation, a flushing toilet.
Come on.
A functioning toilet.
Yeah.
So many people. Rindani.
We take things for granted sometimes, you know. I mean, the stats are right here. We're trying to raise awareness of the 3.6 billion people living without access to safely managed sanitation. It's a big number. It's a big number. But World Toilet Day is a global day recognizing the plumbing industry and its significance, and also, of course, raising awareness.
Absolutely. Not only raising awareness, but also bringing people together who are involved in finding and implementing solutions on how to solve this horror of people not having access to proper sanitation.
100%.
And it was such an eventful day.
Yeah.
We had exhibitors, quite a few exhibitors here at the property of the premises of the PIRB. We had plumbers, quite a few plumbers who joined us. We met so many different characters.
Yes.
You know, we had some of those exhibitors were, you know, there were suppliers, manufacturers, you know, retail stores.
Come
were
on.
here.
Private sector.
Private sector
Private
was here.
sector, yeah.
Industry bodies were here.
Yes. I can still smell the Boerewors show from the day, man. So big shout out to everyone that came through, and shout out to the PIRB for celebrating World Toilet Day. Moving forward
into the digital era, the fourth industrial revolution, the launch of Findar.
I mean,
because this was also launched on that World Toilet Day.
Yeah.
This new app. What an
Yeah.
awesome app, Rindani. I mean, this app is similar to the Uber app, through which consumers can look for properly registered, qualified, professional tradespeople, especially plumbers, and they can look for them within the area and according to the specific problem that they may have as a consumer. And what makes it more interesting is that different plumbers and different tradespeople can then quote on this app, and the consumer or the customer can then pick and choose which one of the quotes they accept. And the whole process from you know, the customer putting on their problem there and advertising the fact that they need a plumber or another tradesperson, because this app is not only for plumbers, it's also for other, you know, trades. And from accepting the job right through to the job having been finished, there's a management system in Findar through which companies and plumbing employers can manage the whole process of the job being completed and done. And what makes what makes Findar different from any other similar app that may exist out there, or any other website that may exist to do the same thing, is the fact that they collaborate only with professional industry bodies for professional tradespeople. So on their system, consumers and customers can find only those who are registered with professional industry bodies like the PIRB.
100%. Quality assurance, credibility, and digitization, living with the times. Big shout out to Findar. We see you and thank you for downloading the app already. Moving forward, taking it back to Champions for Charity. Pow, pow. Oh man, what a big day. 27th of November, 2021. I'll never forget it. This amazing event is all about raising funds, all right, for those people who are in need, but also raising funds in a sustainable manner to make a difference in our communities. It's a white collar boxing event. Everyone comes in there.
Evening
suited up.
gowns.
Yeah.
The evening gowns and their black collar ties and suits.
Yeah.
All formal, sit at formal desks for formal tables with a formal dinner.
Yeah.
You know.
Until you hear ding, ding, ding.
Ow! And the gloves are on, and then you see those people in their gowns going,
Yeah. That's crazy.
box him, hit him. And Red Downing was in the ring himself.
I was fighting. All I remember was getting the first punch, and the rest is history.
Rennie,
Yeah.
I can tell you, I was amazed. That was one of the highlights for me of the
Come
evening was
on.
your fight, and the amount of passion that you got in there. Say, I want to raise funds. I want to raise funds for charity. I'm gonna punch my opponent, and you did.
All I could hear was Willem in the background. Oh, the Mapungu working, the Mapungu. I'm like, oh no. But a big shout out to all the boxers that participated. It's not easy.
It isn't easy.
Boxing is a tough sport. I will not lie. You
And they
know?
did it. They got in that ring for charity.
For charity.
You know what? And the fact is that they raised in excess of 50,000 rand on that evening.
Big.
By getting punched.
Trapped.
But a big shout out and a big thanks for everyone who contributed.
Yes.
For everyone who got involved.
Yes.
It's not just the boxers who got in the ring. It's everyone else who played a role and contributing towards that raising for charity event.
Yeah, and once again, thank you for coming through. You know, we look forward to 2022. I think Willem might just get in the ring this year.
Oh.
Who knows? Yeah.
As long as we don't box each other.
Of course, no, get that idea out of your head. Yeah. But once again, thank you very much for Champions for Charity, everyone that participated, organizing committee, the Plumbing Industry Registration Board, every single role player within the industry. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to raise those funds. So there's a lot that we reflected on, but I think we need a breather.
Oh, let's take a break.
So let's take an ad break and we'll be right back. Yes.
Coming up next, our hosts continue their reflection on the year 2021. Then later, we give you 6 signs to look out for to avoid severe plumbing damages in your household. If you want to save more money in your house maintenance, stay tuned. We will see you after this.
My name is Richard Niederholt from Advanced Valves. I've been involved in pressure reduction valves for the last 26 years. Advanced Valves was founded 6 years ago by myself. We have grown from strength to strength, first starting with a pressure reduction valve, moving along onto vacuum breakers, safety valves, drain cocks, fine filters, thermostatic mixing valves, hydro boxes, diverter valves, and we are not stopping to continue developing new products. Our valves are available at all leading plumbing retailers such as Plumblink, Buco, Buildit, Cashbuild. I appeal to all plumbers in South Africa to support Advanced Valves as we are proudly South African.
Welcome back. You are still tuned into the Plumbing 101 show.
Yes.
And we have been reflecting on quite a few things that happened during the year 2021, Rendani. And one of the things that happened last year was the introduction of the PIRB's ranking system, according to which plumbers will be ranked. And plumbers, according to this system, plumbers will be ranked according to their CPD and their CPD performance. Now, CPD, of course, is continuous professional development.
Yes.
With the exclamation and the focus on the word professional and development.
Yes, I mean, the ultimate objective of the ranking system is to actually encourage activity within the plumbing industry. I mean, think about it. If we are ranking and Willem is on top of me, that somehow inspires me. It motivates me to, professionalize, work harder, enhance my CPD points. And now, even better, this gives plumbers a chance to get their CPD points on a higher level. Without CPD, there's no growth.
Absolutely.
Let's look at it.
That's the focus of CPD, continuous professional development, upskilling yourself, keeping abreast of what's going on in your industry. I mean, it's an ever-evolving industry. If you don't keep abreast, and you're going to start lag behind, consumers will start choosing plumbers who are indeed keeping abreast of what's going on in the industry.
100%. I mean, I wouldn't have said it any better. All right. But moving on, the PIRB has introduced an assessment center for our plumbers. And I think this is so exciting because this is a support structure brought to you by the PIRB for you, the plumber, in order for you to be as effective and as, what do you call it? Productive as possible. You get what I'm saying?
And also, yeah, absolutely. The word support is so important because there are so many plumbers out there who don't necessarily have access to things like internet or a computer and those kind of things. So this is a little facility that the PRB put up at their offices, Rendani, in support of those plumbers and those people to come in and say, hey guys, can I use your computer? And maybe for the people to show them, listen, if you want to log a COC, this is how you go about it. Do it on our computer, use our computer, use our internet. You can do your PRB, your trade assessment on the computers. Come in, sit there, use the facility, perhaps even enjoy a cup of coffee with the
Come
PRB.
on. The PRB coffee is quite special, so come through, yeah? But besides that, you know, the exciting part for me is this is absolutely free. You know, all you need to do is book your date and time at admin@pirb.co.za. And I have to mention this, Willem. A big shout out to the PIRB staff. You know, they're going the extra mile, putting in the extra effort to ensure that the plumber is as great as they possibly can be.
Absolutely. And that they get up to speed with the times and the change of times. We're going into the digital era and assisting them and supporting them to get used to computers, to get used to how to log their COCs on the PRB system, how to log CPD points on the PRB system. It's a support initiative from the PRB.
So a big shout out to the PRB for introducing the assessment center for our plumbers. Yes.
Now, again, moving on to the next subject is the woman in plumbing movement and the PRB's pledge to join it, or your pledges as you know, as a registered plumber or plumber out there, and even your consumers, whoever, to join. We can't call it a movement. It's the organization, the women in plumbing movement, and to sign up and join them and to pledge with them. Their pledge is all about the fight against gender-based violence.
Yes, I mean, it goes without saying that we have a huge GBV issue in South Africa.
In the world, for that matter.
In the world. I mean, you're right, globally, you know. And speaking around this, this is very, I'm very passionate about this topic, you know, and I can see you also share the same energy when it comes to it, you know. Even just the fact that the industry has the stereotype of it's a male-orientated industry, I think the pledge is trying to balance that, you know. The fight against gender-based violence, the fight against women abuse, the killing of women, it's absolutely unacceptable. And I think as men, this is where we need to raise our hands and say, let's stop. Let's fight against it. Let's sign the pledge. Let's show that we are out there to stop gender-based violence in this country and globally.
And I think the initiative also supports the idea of creating and supporting women within certain industries and creating opportunities for them, you know, for helping them get into industries which were, like you said previously, maybe perhaps male dominated in the past, and equalizing things out. 100%. So what a great initiative. And it's that pledge, joining that pledge.
Yeah, not in our workplace, not in our industry. It's not even just the violence, even harassment in the office, you know. So these are very important discussions that have to be continual. So I actually support the pledge. Are we going to sign? Let's do that.
I think so.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But yeah, jumping into it, it is the fight against GBV.
Rendani, just before we sign off and say goodbye and wave a goodbye to our viewers, let's hop straight into an ad break.
Yes, man.
Hi everyone, I'm Sizwe Edward Kabinde. I'm from Mpumalanga in Bethal, but basically working around Joburg. I've just connected with PRB. I love the information they gave me, and I'd love to grow working with them, along them, all the way. Thank you.
The new year brings a new set of goals and visions. From fitness to financial goals, we all seek to self-improve. One of my biggest plans for this year is to save more money than I spend. I used up a lot of money on house maintenance last year because I ignored all the signs that indicated my failing plumbing system. But you don't have to lose money, because I am here to share 6 signs from a Newswire article that show you might need to call a plumber. 1. Low water pressure. Low water pressure can take the joy of what should be a refreshing shower, but it turns out it can be more than annoying. Low pressure can be a sign that something is clogging your house pipes. If the water pressure drops, call a plumber to have it evaluated. 2. Brown spots on the ceiling. Brown spots on the ceiling are a sign that water is leaking in the roof. So before you consider fixing the roof, get a plumber to check the pipes in the ceiling if they're still intact. 3. Slow drainage of water. At some point, every sink or shower is subject to slow drainage caused by accumulated dirt like hair or soap scum. But when pipes throughout the house are slow to drain, there might be a blockage in the main drain. So, if you suspect a clogging sewer pipe, call a plumber right away. 4. Peeled paint in the bathroom. If you recently noticed that the bathroom wall has peeled, cracked, or blistered in paint, this could be proof of leakage. Therefore, before buying new paint, ask a plumber to have a look for a leak. If detected, eliminate it immediately. 5. Leaking pipe. Dripping pipes, like dripping taps, cause not only a huge waste of water, but a damage to the home. A professional plumber will not only be able to advise on the best course of action, but also perform repairs that will save you money. 6. Mold growing on walls. Growing mold in the house is never a good sign, but seeing mold in closets or bathroom walls is caused by a leaking pipe. If you spot any of these, call your plumber to avoid any further damage and unnecessary costs. Don't ignore these signs. Make sure you find a trusted and professional plumber on www.pirb.co.za and get off to a great financial start.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in to Plumbing 101. What an exciting episode. I mean, it's the reflection episode. We look back on all the major events that took place within the PIRB and the plumbing industry in SA in 2021. And just reflecting on things, we actually had an exciting year last year.
A jam-packed. Just as jam-packed as this episode is, so jam-packed was 2021.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this sets the bar for 2022. It can only get bigger and better. We do have a roadshow coming up again. We'll be traveling throughout this beautiful country, South Africa. World Toilet Day is still going to happen. World Plumbing Day is going to happen. I mean, come on.
The Plumbing 101 show, the one-on-one, the Plumbing 101. Let me not get that name there. The Plumbing 101 show is going to continue.
Of course.
I mean, that's one of the greatest things that these viewers can look out for and forward to.
Us, the models of the plumbing industry, will still be here. So it's quite exciting, you know. And I mean, since we've started this journey, it's been exciting. There's so much growth. And remember, we do it for you, the role players within the plumbing industry. You, the consumer. You, the plumber. You, the government, you know. You, the private sector. And of course, the media as well. We're here to share information. We're here to be a support structure as well.
Absolutely.
And we're here to professionalize the plumbing industry. Ultimately, we are responsible for transporting the most valuable commodity, which is water.
Water is life.
Come on, that was smooth, yeah? So I'm looking forward to the journey. What are you anticipating in 2022?
Oh, just sharing as much information with our viewers out there, whether they be consumers or any one of the other stakeholders, plumbers, suppliers, anyone within the plumbing industry, just sharing information with them. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. And just for more information, make sure you go onto our website, www.pirb.co.za. Keep on watching this amazing show. Touch base with us on our socials as well. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're also on TikTok.
As Randy said, keep tuning in. We will definitely see you in our next episode.
Yeah, wrapping it up in style. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yes, man.